I know. So nice. Yeah. Babbling brook, little elves and fairies, little nature spirits. Yeah. Really nice. Energy of the earth. Yeah, tune in. My topic, heal yourself. I remember when I first started to really take responsibility for the health of my body and to start cleaning my intestines and colon, to actually address that of doing the enemas. And starting to understand a little bit about how my body functioned, because you'd think that that would have been taught in a sense in physiology, I remember in high school, but it wasn't really interesting to me at all, and I didn't really understand it, or maybe I didn't pay attention because I really didn't probably pay attention much. I was busy talking in class, and I guess looking at the boys, yeah. Anyway, so to heal thyself, heal yourself, we're not taught or told that you could heal yourself. Well, if you made, and first of all, the self doesn't need healing. Who we really are is whole, complete, and perfect. There is no division, no dis-ease, lack of comfort. And that to recognize that first. And to take responsibility for actually the health of your physical body, which is also the health of your mentality, your mind, the health of your, what would you say? I would say it would be more the reinforcement of being who you are as yourself. And knowing and being who you are, and exercising those divine qualities and powers and sensing abilities that you have naturally. And to say, hey, if there's an effect, there has to be a cause. Things just don't happen by accident. And about, I don't know, maybe about 9 years ago in the age thing, that my knee bone was coming out of the socket, and it was getting worse and worse until one day I can't even walk. I'm crawling on the floor and the knee's out of the socket. I go, oh no. All right, so I was able to crawl and stand up and put the socket back in the knee, you see, and then stand up and balance myself and start being really conscious of being in the body and staying centered and balanced. And this healing of the self, or healing yourself, also heal is on your foot, the bottom of your foot, which is also called the sole. And also in going barefooted in nature, where you're connecting with the earth and the nature, and being able to be in nature. What you're doing is creating the opportunity for your body to harmonize itself. Just like there was a time when this leg was bitten by a brown recluse spider somehow, and it got this big, flesh-eating and all of this stuff. It was big. So I went to the emergency, and they said, oh, we probably have to take your leg off, and then also amputate it, and then you'll probably be dead in a couple of weeks, but unless you check in here. And I left. And I went home, and I fasted on my own urine and water, and cooked down that urine and soaked towels in around my leg, because I had studied urine therapy. See, when you you take responsibility, or you own that, what would you say, if you're going to be here in body, then you want your body to work for you so that you can enjoy yourself expressing through this body, because your body's agile. I just noticed a little while ago, I ran down the woods here a little while, and I just kind of ran back up, and I go, wow, we're up at 7,000 feet here. And the body, so-called over here, is 76 and a half, almost 70, just 7 or whatever it is. These are just numbers, numbers and letters and figures and time and blah, blah, blah. But I don't need to identify with that, because that's not who I am. And you stay in that sense of who you are, and then you also look to see, okay, my body, this form, it's not fun being sick. You would like to feel well, and so sickness is actually called dis-ease, lack of comfort, so you want to find out how the body functions. And then so I want to know I was well, and I was healed in about 7 days by that system, which is an ancient Ayurvedic system coming from India. And therefore the body had a readout on itself and self-corrects in some magical, mystical, magnificent way. And it cost me 0. That was it. Now you say, well, hey, when you look to see where money is made and power and all of this, there's no desire there for you to heal yourself. And what it is that no one cares more about you than you do. And yet, actually, some people do, or they wouldn't be giving this knowledge and information for you to empower yourself. What true love is really endeavoring for the welfare of all. And to heal yourself is to also know that your true self is not sick. There's nothing wrong with you. You cannot die, and you were never born. You are an eternal being of magnificent love. And the pain we feel is when we turn off and shut off our own feelings of love for whatever reason that we choose to use to torture ourselves. To heal yourself, you have to give up sickness. Stop doing what doesn't work and do what works. Find out how you function. How does that body function? I use that amazing liver and gallbladder flesh, Andreas Moritz. I've cleaned my liver 35 times. You wouldn't believe what has come out. Most people, they won't do that. Why? Why? Oh, it might suffer a little. It's uncomfortable. I won't get to eat my Well, yeah, really? I like feeling good. And more than that, it's like when you feel good and you are that, the more power you have. Because all is possible. And if there's an effect, a problem, there's a cause. But you can't solve problems with the same mind that created the problem. It's solved from spiritual integrity. And what true self-love is not, I love myself. Stop that. The real self would be your God partner, my divine lover, beloved. However you want to call that you are part of. One with and yet also different, for that's relationship. The divine relationship of the lover and the beloved. And when we do that, we cast off dis-ease, the evil of not, what would you say, of forgetting who we really are. And when who we really are, then we're not in hate, resentment, greed, envy. These are all symptoms that the mind virus has taken control of you. You must eliminate that mind virus. Yeah. And that comes from going into the heart and using divine intelligence, divine reasoning and logic, which is, hey, all is possible. And if there's an effect, there's a cause. Change the cause, you change the effect. Change the cause, you change the effect. And then rise above cause and effect to that state, that transcendental state, divine bliss, absolute knowing, complete centeredness, and allowing yourself to feel the divine pleasure of love.